What's going on, guys? I am Toxic Jordan. Welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be going over the Part 3 celebration info here for the magnificent and amazing 10th anniversary celebration. So we have a lot of new content coming out. As far as my YouTube channel is concerned, I am extremely behind. This has been an insane amount of content to keep up with. Still, most of the Part 2 challenge event stages, I haven't even posted videos for. I'm not quite as behind on, my actual gameplay. I have recorded probably like 20 videos worth of challenge content that I haven't put out yet. Just because I want to do it in bits. I don't have an amazing amount of time to be able to record, 5 videos a day type of thing. So I like to record them in big chunks and then release them little by little, just because it's better for the algorithm if I'm posting daily, right? So yeah, but regardless, either way, we are pretty behind, and we just got a lot more behind. We now have weeks more of content to, to be focusing on, so... yeah, we're going to jump into this really quick, but I have a lot of stuff to do. As we speak, I am already grinding these story events for, the Kid Trunks and the Demon King Piccolo. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, starting out here, we have the final Dragon Balls we're going to be able to get from the Purunga Dragon Ball campaign. I think one of the first videos that I'm going to make following this is going to be a little guide video for how to get all the Dragon Balls. Should be pretty simple. I think most people already have most of them, but just, those last couple finishing up so that we can get what is probably going to be the most amazing reward that they've ever given us, right? Which is, this is where we're going to be getting that 10th anniversary Memorial Dragonstone to be able to pick up one of those free characters, including the new 10th anniversary headliners, right? So that is very, very exciting. Okay, so there is a tons of thanks, summon ticket collecting mission thing again, which is really, really cool. So we're going to be getting some more of those rainbow tickets. So yeah, that is a huge PSA that I want to put out to people. Before you jump in and get ahead of yourself, getting your Purunga Dragon Balls finished, and then going and buying one of the new anniversary headliners in the shop, you should absolutely do this first. So we'll jump over here and take a look. These are the... new... Oh, I guess it doesn't actually show the missions. One sec here. Okay, yeah, here we go. So we can see here there are quite a few missions. This is a lot of tickets we're going to be able to obtain here. Look at this. That's so many of them. But yeah, so, finishing up, it looks like it wants us to mainly focus on the story events, right? So... yeah, I guess, is this all of the missions? Yeah, this is everything for, part 1, let's see, part 1 here, part 2, okay, so part 3 is just this portion down here. Let's see how many more tickets we're getting. 3 times 5, 6, so 3 times 6, 18, plus another 12 there, so 30 more tickets, we'll be able to obtain, so that's gonna be... a couple more multis there on those banners, so you might end up pulling another, headlining unit with these. So I would definitely say go and get all these done first. And then once you have depleted all of these tons of thanks tickets, then you would maybe want to move on to the, Purunga wish thing. Okay, so the next thing that we have is the EZA is now live for the Great Ape Vegeta and Kaioken Goku. Cool enough, I didn't even think about this. It is a Destined Rivals EZA because it's a Goku and a Vegeta, right? So it's actually one EZA where you're going to be able to awaken both of them out of it. So that is convenient just because it's going to be a little bit of a time save, especially for me because I do like to overfarm every single EZA that comes out. Because it's an LR EZA, I'm going to be getting this all the way up to stage 30. So now that's one less EZA I have to do that too before I can make a video on it. Because obviously I do my videos at stage 30 once I've gotten there. So that is a little bit clutch, kind of cool there. They've got an Extreme Z Awakening support campaign, which is good. Gonna get lots of free Zenny as you EZA more characters. We have the final parts of the Goku Story and Vegeta Story Edition Red Zones here. I believe there's going to be 3 more stages in each of these, and I assume that these are going to be very, very tough, right? The part 2 stages were quite difficult, some gimmicky fights in there, right? Including like those one-phase Beerus fights and stuff that were kind of interesting. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how hard these are going to be, especially this Fusion Zamasu fight here, especially if this Fusion Zamasu fight is reminiscent of the older Fusion Zamasu fight that we got in the Future Saga Red Zone. Because that fight was notorious for being like the hardest AoE fight that we had seen basically ever in the game, right? So there is a chance that we see a similar thing here. Alright, so we're going to have the final bits of all of these Tale of Super Warriors events. So now we're finally going to be able to obtain these couple of wallpapers here, and then we are able to get the Dokkan Awakening medals for the Kid Trunks and the Demon King Piccolo to be able to fully farm them up, you know, to their TUR and then LR status. So that will be good. And then it looks like there's also going to be some exclusive skill orbs for these characters. The skill orbs that are available, I went and took a look at them. They are actually really impressive. I am kind of kind of looking at them like, whoa, you know, there's some like level 6 dodges in there, things like that combined. You know, you can get level 5 dodges combined with defense, you know, level 5 additionals combined with things as well. So yeah, there's going to be some really, really nice rewards that may be worth farming up. We'll have to, you know, do some other videos looking at the character kits and see if they're going to be anything decent. Okay, then we've got the last stages for the 10th anniversary battle. I assume this should go all the way up to the 10th anniversary stages. I haven't actually looked. Maybe let's go ahead and look really quick. I would assume it goes all the way up to... Okay, so it goes up to 8th anniversary part 2. I guess that makes sense. Only because starting at the 9th anniversary, the format worked a little bit different, right? Because we didn't have like the Dokkan Fests in part 1 and then, you know, the part 2 LRs. They did like the Dokkan X Carnival thing. So maybe they've got something different planned for that. So that is kind of interesting. But as you can see here, we have the 7th anniversary part 2 LRs, which are about to get their EZAs. So that'll be a really cool combination to be able to get their special equips alongside their EZAs buffing their kits, right? So that'll be pretty exciting. We've got the final stages of the Battle-Hardened Formidable Foes. This is one event that I am very behind on. I've only done the Part 1 stages, which were relentless, which obviously for me were very hard because during Part 1, I didn't have any of the new anniversary headliners yet, aside from the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, which was not a character you were relying on as a leader, right? So I wasn't getting like a buffed 10th anniversary team, basically, for this event. I was, you know, stuck using old teams, basically, so it was very, very hard. But I can imagine that the Part 3 stages for this are going to be quite a doozy to get through. So yay, 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 we finally have the training in the clouds back up. That was a horrible day of having to go back to the normal link leveling stage that I've been grinding, which is 35-6 in the quest mode. Yeah, just you can feel the hurt of that link level rate dropping as much as it did. This event really is just so amazing, and I really want to get all this content out of the way so I can just spend as much time as possible just grinding away in this. So to clear something up about this really quick, a lot of people were confused about why this even went away, because, you know, they were like, oh, if they were just going to add more stuff to the shop that you could get, you know, then what was even the point of them, like, removing the event or putting it under maintenance? But the reason why they did that was because they actually changed the drop rates. I did do a little bit of grinding in this stage immediately as it went live, and I noticed that the Proof of Masteries were dropping more at a time. Previously, it was like you would either get 1 or 3 or maybe 9 or something like that. And now you're getting like 3, 4, and like 9 and 12 drops. I'm seeing the 12s drop a lot. So yeah, you're actually able to farm up the Proof of Masteries a little bit quicker than you could before too, which is kind of neat. So I'm pretty sure because of that, that's why it actually went under maintenance. So yeah, there is some additional rewards that are going to be available in the shop, including some additional skill orbs for a couple of other characters. including the Namek Goku and Full Power Frieza that just got their EZAs, and then also a couple of other units that are just kind of random and older, which the same way that we saw the couple of units before, like the Blue Vegeta and the, you know, the GT Super Saiyan Goku get their, equips here. Yeah, so we're seeing a couple more random units like that being added in there, but I will do a separate video going over the training in the cloud, so we're not going to get too much into that here. All right, and then a little social media campaign for some extra Dragon Stones here. So yeah, that is basically everything. There is actually a little bit more here. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at Proton's latest data download here for Part 3. It's going to be going over a lot of the same information, but there are just a couple of things that I wanted to touch on. So yeah, we can see the arts for the new Demon King Piccolo LR looking very flashy there. So yeah, we are actually getting a Dokkan Awakening for the Daima Goku, right? Because the Daima event is actually its own thing. They did add this in the same data download, but it's not in the anniversary celebration details because it's technically not a 10th anniversary event, right? It is just its own thing that's been pre-existing since before the anniversary. But yeah, so we are getting the next step of that. I was assuming that the next stage they were going to add was going to allow us to farm up copies of the Vegeta finally. But alas, they are still working on the Goku, so he's getting his Dokkan Awakening. Maybe in next week when we get another stage added to it, we'll finally be able to farm up the Vegeta infinitely, right? I'm just itching to get my infinite copies so that I can get a 1 in every slot for that Vegeta. He's still sitting basically unfinished, right? Because we just have a limited amount of copies of him that we've been able to get. Alright, so we have the card arts for the Tag Switch, Kid Trunks, and Goten. I'm curious to see if they are going to be, like, usable or anything like that. Typically speaking, when they add the new, like, anniversary skill to cards, you know, they will add the skill to one of the free-to-play cards, and oftentimes that skill is pretty usable on those cards, right? One that comes to mind, like, obviously, like, the best anniversary free-to-play unit that we've ever gotten is the physical LR Master Roshi during the 6th anniversary. And, yeah, he had, like, a pretty easy to proc revive, right? Because the revive mechanic was the thing that came out with the UI Goku and the Evolution Blue Vegeta. So yeah, I'm curious to see if this card is going to be relevant enough to be usable, right? And I'm just thinking of like the certain categories that this character would be on. And yeah, it would definitely take a lot for this character to be like one of the top units on any of their given teams. And they don't even have an EZA yet. I'm hoping that does drop at some point, like maybe in the EX part of the anniversary here. So yeah, but we'll be doing videos on all this stuff. We'll be taking a look at them. So when I first scrolled through this thread, I jumped seeing this right here. It startled me because I thought that, you know, the Daima event was going to give us a new free-to-play Tamagami 3, but this is, thank you very much for clarifying here, Proton, that this is just a boss, card art here, right? So it's probably what you're going to be fighting against in the new stage where you can farm up the Dokkan Awakening medals for the Daima Goku, right? But it is nice that there are some Tamagami assets coming, right? Definitely very, very excited to eventually be able to play as the Tamagamis, right? Okay, and then, yeah, this is that Dokkan Awakening medal for Daima Goku there. Okay, so we just have all of the new challenge stages that we were just looking at in those story event stages. This is just all the map info for it. The Dokkan Awakening medal for the Kid Trunks there. Okay, so more stages. Okay, and then we've got some assets here for the Kaioken Goku and Grade 8 Vegeta. Something that I want to note about these guys is that I believe they got battle motions as well. I'm pretty sure they added idle animations for Grade 8 Vegeta and Kaioken Goku. I do need to do an updated one of those videos as well. My god, there's just so much content to cover. It's insane. But yeah, I do need to do a video on... I didn't do a video on the Part 2 idle animations, so I think I'll just combine like part 2 and then technically part 3. They didn't actually add a whole new section of characters, as obviously there aren't new characters for part 3. We just had the part 1 LRs and the part 2 LRs. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that these guys did get their idle animations too. I don't know if those assets were added in a previous data download prior to this, or not. I'm a little bit confused about that, so don't take my word for that 100%, but I'm pretty sure they did get their idle animations. But yeah, we'll clarify that for sure when we do the next, battle motion video. That is probably going to have to take a backseat to a lot of the other content, but we definitely will do that before the end of the anniversary. Okay, so there is a support memory. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention this. There are support memories that we're going to be getting. These are from the... Wait a second. Where do you get these from? I would have assumed at first that, yeah, because, okay, these are the wallpapers that you're going to be getting from the, from the Tale of Super Warriors here. So the GT edition and the Super edition are going to be giving us these. Where do you get these from? Oh, maybe it's from the red zones? Like this would be from the Goku Story Edition, and this would be from the Vegeta Story Edition. I'm not sure, actually. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna have to do a little bit more investigation to figure out where these actually come from. I immediately was assuming that they would come from the story events, but I don't think that that's actually accurate. Maybe. Okay. All right. Well, we'll stay tuned for that, I suppose, as far as where to get those. But I guess looking at the details of them, Bond of Master and Disciple allies 10% in battle. Okay, and then 1 key for Earthbred fighters, and then Power Beyond Super Saiyan, 10% in battle, and then Pure Saiyan's okay, yeah, I mean, these are relevant categories. These are kind of cool. Obviously, what they kind of do with support memories nowadays is that when they initially release, they're not that great, and then we just have to wait for the support memory boost, and then they become actually pretty broken and viable, right? But a lot of the times, I don't really enjoy these ones too much. For me, it's okay, well, no. I'm actually noticing here. These ones are just stats in battle, right? And then for 7 turns, you get the extra key. So these are the good ones. These ones should cost 200 reals to use, and these are like the permanent buff ones. So yes, these are the perfect ones. These are basically the only ones that I use. I don't really like using the ones that only buff things for a certain amount of turns, whether you have to do it for just the first 2 turns of a fight, or you have to wait for a little bit later in the fight, and then it procs for a couple turns. I don't really enjoy using those ones as much. These are like the better style of them, so that is good that these are actually looking like some usable support memories that we'll get. And Power Beyond Super Saiyans is actually going to be a pretty relevant one. I imagine I'll be using this one quite a bit, so that's pretty good. Okay, so yeah, these are the wallpapers that we're going to be getting from the story events here. These actually look so sick. I am loving these. Let's take a look at the arts. Yeah, okay. This one's a little plain, I guess, in my opinion. It's neat, but, like, meh. Maybe it'll look better on screen. I just don't like how it's just this plain colored background, and there's, like, nothing in the background at all. I feel like it's just gonna look a little bit dull on the home screen there. But who knows, who knows? With all the other stuff around, it might look a little better. But yeah, look at this, right? There's like so much else going on in the background. This fills up so much more of the screen. There's like a texture on the ground here. You can tell that they're standing on some type of like stone or tile or whatever. And then it has the gradient to fade to white. This is much better, right? Between the two, I definitely like the Super one more than the GT one here. So interesting stuff. Then, yeah, here we go. We have our 10th anniversary memorial stone. That is another video that's going to be coming up very quick, is us using our stone and picking up the character that we will decide to get. I'm still undecided as of this moment. There are, I think, 4 characters that are available to get, 5 characters that are available to get that I don't have. It would be the LR Captain Ginyu Force, the LR Kid Gohan and Piccolo, the Dokkan Fest Master Roshi, the Dokkan Fest Lord Slug, and the brand new STR Evolution Blue Vegeta. So yeah, of the 5 of those, that's one of those is coming home and gonna live in my box with this stone here. But I still have not decided which one it's gonna be yet. All right, and then it looks like there is this really cool title that we're going to be able to get for beating the battle-hardened formidable foes. This right here is what indicates to me that this is going to be a brutal brutal fight for these part 3 stages, because if they're giving out a special, they don't do this for just any events, right? They've only done this for the hardest events in the game. So yeah, I'm very excited to take that on, and this is actually a really, really cool looking title, so neat stuff there. Okay, and then there's just a couple more assets there. All right, well, yeah, that is basically everything that we got to go over as far as what is coming here for part 3. So much hype. Let me know in the comments below what you guys are the most excited for coming up here in part 3. Obviously, it's the Memorial Stone where you get to pick the free characters, right? But yeah, besides that, let me know the second thing that you are the most excited for. All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and finish it up here. I've got a lot of other stuff to get into recording. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the links in the description below. That's gonna do it for this one, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.